Hi, Pilar.
Hi, Marina. So here we are again, ready to do some hashtag talking, and just going to bring it over to you, Marina.
Yeah, and Alexa could not join us today, but she has a question from one of her clients, and this is the question she recorded.
Hi, I recently got a question that maybe you guys can help me answer. So, the question that I got was what happens after we die? So, there's different people have different beliefs, and it varies based on religion. And I would say also life experience. I feel like people that have had near death experiences have their own view on what happens after we die. So yeah, maybe you guys can help me explain what happens after we die.
So, what happens when a person dies? Ah, yeah, it depends on the person, but more or less it's the same thing. So, when a person dies, it's not the end, but rather a transition. So it's a return to the natural state of the soul. From the perspective of higher realms, that death is seen as transformation. So it's not the end, it's transformation, like removing your garments, like clothes that no longer serves. Upon the release of the physical body, the soul enters a phase of transition. So this begins with the detachment from earthly vibrations, like the 3D things that we get. So the immediate surrounded may appear familiar or align with what the soul expects based on its beliefs and those attachments. That's why when people have like NDE experiences, they have different. It's not the same for everyone, and that depends on the beliefs and the attachments that they get from those beliefs. So there's a process, and actually, this I learned from my dad. He explained to me, how he experienced all that, and it was really really nice. It made completely sense. So the soul may encounter beings of light like guides, angels, ascended masters, relatives, that those kind of beings that have already transitioned over, that were close to you, who assist in the comforting and orienting and the orientation of this new process. So they are always going to be there. There's always someone or a group of those people, or beings, right, that are going to be there to help you. So life review may occur a moment of deep understanding where the soul reflects on its experiences, choices, and the lessons it gained during its incarnation. So you see it from another perspective. You see it from the perspective of all of those that were involved in this experience, okay, with you. And this is not a judgment, but rather a compassionate review designed to expand awareness. After this reflection, the soul enters a space of healing. This is what I call rehab. Well, actually, my dad called it rehab, but that's the best way to describe it. Energies accumulated during the physical life are cleansed, allowing the soul to restore balance and release attachments or and resolve emotions. Okay, I want to give an example, and this is where my dad actually used it. I will never forget this. So he used the like a swamp tour, or like, I don't know how they are called, like the off-road tour. When you rent a four-wheeler, you go with friends. Imagine a soul as pristine and shiny four-wheeler. So this four-wheeler will be the soul, okay? And this four-wheeler is perfectly designed to navigate the paths of life. So before the tour begins, the vehicle is clean, strong, aligned, with its purpose, much like the soul in its pure essence. So as the soul embarks on its journey through the jungles of life, it navigates swamps of negative beliefs, muddy terrains of painful experience, harmful experiences, and steep hills, of challenges. Along the way, it gets splattered with dirt, way down with mud, and even tangle, what's it called? Tangle in vines, all that representing the accumulation of negative energies, trauma, and limiting beliefs. So over time, the once pristine vehicle, the soul, might struggle to move, feeling heavy and misaligned or stuck, right? Stuck in the mud. So when the journey ends, representing the moment of physical death, the soul leaves the jungle and arrives at a spiritual rehabilitation center, this rehab place, much like a garage or a service station, for the four-wheeler. So here, the vehicle, the soul, is taken care of. They start cleaning. So the mat is washed away, the tangled vines are removed, and the machine itself, everything is clean and repaired. So this cleansing process symbolize the soul reflecting on its journey, releasing the negative energies and beliefs that contaminate it, and reconnected with its original pure state, which is the light. So we get to that process of cleaning, leaving everything, and then is when the soul, and that state is to remember what it is. And because we are actors in this life, we are actors in this life. We are acting, playing a role, but once we are done with the movie, we cannot go home with all that, thinking that we are still that role, we are still playing that role. No. We go home and we remember that we are not that. We are this. So we are this pure energy. So we start remembering and leaving behind all the dirt, from the third dimensional, in this case as humans, third dimensional world. So once the soul has been restored, right, in this rehab space, it remembers its true purpose and essence, right? So it's no longer weighed down by the mud of its experiences, but instead shines brighter, right, stronger, and more aligned with its divine nature. When ready, the soul may embark on another journey, this time with a greater wisdom, or return to its higher state completely free and pure. So this, how do you call this, a metaphor, I'm using here, shows you how souls are cared for after their life journey, emphasizing that no matter how much dirt they collect, their essence remains intact, ready to shine again. You get through that process when the soul is covered by this love and support, guided by beings of higher consciousness, right? So even for those who may pass suddenly or carry dense energies and negative energies, the soul is never lost. It's always welcome and guided back to the light, always. But of course, it depends on the level where the soul is at that moment. Again, it has to do with the beliefs and the attachments that they have. But it's up to them. It's always up to them to see the light, to see their guides. It's always up to them. So this cycle of death and rebirth serves as a means for evolution, for the soul to explore, create, and expand its understandings of existence. Because if you live forever, So there's no change. If there is no change, there is no evolution. So you cannot expand from something that doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
So and each journey is unique, yet all part of the limitless expression of the universe essence. So it's the expression of that. Every journey, every life, every experience that you have is expression of source, of the universe, however you want to call it. So what do you think, Pilar?
Yeah. That's amazing. I one of the things that is kind of like you said very much in the beginning that I wanted to ask you about was you were talking, you said that there's some people that don't go through a review. So why is that? Why is it that some souls do? And I didn't know that. I thought when you crossed over, everybody has a review. But
It's
did
just
I understand that right?
Yeah, that's right. So it just depends on the evolution of that soul. For someone that is high in their frequency, that already understand a lot of things, that are very conscious, very, very aware of their existence, of their life, and of the things that they have done in life, they don't really need that. So specifically when it is just a near-death experience and not the death itself. So during the near-death experience, when they have that kind of experience, is because they needed to be like shaken off, and they needed to show that person what is really going on so they can awake. And so they can have that realization, that awareness, so they can awake and things can change. So this is an opportunity for them to go through the right path. Mm-hmm. So that's why some people have it and some not. But I'm talking specifically during near-death experiences. They have that revelation or not. The review, revelation is the same thing. That review is dependent on if they are going through the right path or not, and if they need to be like shaken off, like I said, to put them back on track. So that's why some people have that and some don't.
So let me see if I understand this. So if let's just take a soul who has a certain issue that they want to work on, and then it's not a near death experience, it's actually a crossover, it's actually the transition, and they completely like mastered all of that they had to, like, accomplish everything that they wanted to on that issue. So when they cross over, then there wouldn't be a review because there's nothing basically to review because they completely understood it.
No. That's why I'm saying it's just when people have near death experiences, some people have those life reviews and some don't, because of what the reason that I said. But when you completely are doing that transition over, right? When you died, you're ready for, to move on, live in this physical body, then you will have a life review, because you will see everything you want to see, like a summary of everything that you have accomplished. Wow. So you might have it, but maybe in a different way. That when someone has to show you that you are not going to the right path, so let me show you everything that you have done, so you understand, and you go through they put you back in track. So it's different. In this case, you have an overview when you're just moved on. You are not coming back like in the near-death experience. You're just moving on. You see, you have that kind of stuff, but it's not the same. It's not just to put you back on track. I don't know if I'm explaining myself here, but you get that kind of stuff, because you see, you have a summary of what you have done, and then you can decide what you want to change or not, if you want to learn more or not, and then you plan your next experience, your next journey, your next life, well, I don't know if I should say life, because life is the norm. Everything is, you exist is life, you know.
Yeah.
But your next your next experience, your next journey.
Mhm.
So yeah, you get that stuff, but in a different way, because when you get it, when you are in the near death experiences, because you are not seeing it, and they are showing you in a way that you really need to see it to go back and track, you know, like that's the difference.
Mhm.
That's the difference. And obviously, if you are moving, you're transitioning, right? If you're transitioning and you also have you have been negative, or you have been a weight of light, you are going to have that kind of stuff anyways,
Right.
just for the purpose to show you and to have that realization, you know,
Mhm.
because you need to be aware whether you do or not. But the way that you experience it, that's what I'm trying to say. The way that a soul can experience that, it just depends on their on their evolution, on the level that they are at that moment, how far from the light they are, how negative you are, how positive you are, how are the things that you believe or not.
Right.
So did I answer your question?
Yes, completely.
Yeah. and
Yeah.
and also, for example, when that just came to me, like a person that is talking about person that is very negative. So when a soul that carried, you know, negative energies, and they, let's say, didn't believe in God, okay, so the process remains guided by this love, right, and divine compassion, because you still get those beings, you know, light beings trying to put you back into the light, but you are covered in this belief negative stuff, and belief that segregates you, you know, like separates everything from the light. So it separates you from the light. So the lack of belief, or the believing, the lack of belief in God, so or the negativity they carry, does not condemn the soul, but instead shapes their initial experience of the transition. So depending on your level, or the soul level, is the way that you are going to experience that when you are just about to cross over. So for example, souls often experience what aligns with their beliefs, or inner state at the time of that, right? So if a soul didn't believe in God, it may initially perceive emptiness, or a void. You know, this phase reflects their own energetic resonance, but it's not a punishment. So this experience actually, it is, I was going to say might be, but it's not, it is what they call hell. They
Yeah.
create all that. So hell, and actually it's not real. You create it with, because that's what you think. You know, you judge yourself, and you're so negative. You don't want to see the light, and you are in this void. Like I said, like you're creating hell.
Yeah.
You can get out of there. You can. So beings of light, or guides, will still approach, okay, offering support, and assisting the soul in recognizing their true essence. However, the soul's resistance, or confusion, right? Because they get confused, you know, might delay their willingness to receive this help. So, but it's up to them. It's always up to them to get help, to get out of that and look for the light. It's always up to the soul. So hell does not need to exist if you don't create it. And also there is no judgment here. So the light beings that are guiding you, you know, through the light, they are not judging you for what you did. You just need to realize what you did, and forgive yourself, and forgive others, and let it go, you know. So once the soul accepts the guidance, you know, that was offered, they are taken to this phase of healing that I call it rehab. So here they are shown the lessons or experience of their life, including the impact of their negativity. So it's like the life review, except that souls get that kind of experience different depending of their level, where they are at that moment. So this life review is not about judgment, but understanding. And when you understand, you grow.
Yeah.
So this soul's awareness expands. They begin to reconnect with the divine, with the source, and recognize that separation was only an illusion that you created. And even those who resist the love or deny higher power in life are eventually shown the infinite compassion and unity that exists for all beings. So it depends on the soul level of acceptance and willingness to heal. They may choose to return to lower realms temporarily to work through unresolved energies, or incarnate to learn lessons that help them evolve. So the journey forward is always aligned with their highest good, even if it requires additional cycles of growth. So ultimately, all souls, regardless of their earthly experience or beliefs, are part of the divine whole and are offer endless opportunities to return to the light and the love of source. So there is no eternal damnation, eternal burning in hell. No, it's only the continuation of growth and evolution in alignment with the soul's readiness.
Yeah. My remembering learning curve that I am in right now, that I am just really loving, it has to do with belief system, and how the belief system is correlated with emotions, and how that belief system really directs you so powerfully, and you're even bringing it into the other transitioning side of even then it's going through that. It's just, as I'm learning more and more of tidbits of information, it's becoming even more powerful to me how important our belief system is, and really kind of gives us our power back on being able to change ourselves, because it's kind of a personal thing, our belief systems, and I like that it gives us our power back.